நிரஞ்சன் கொஞ்சம் வாங்க. இதில் என்ன வால்யூம் வந்து நமக்கு எதுவும் இது வேணுமா?
இந்த மைக்கில் பேசலாம்.
இல்லை பேசலாம்ல. யார் பேசுகிறது நம்ம கேட்கல, ஆரம்பிக்கலையாண்ணா?
எதுவும் வரலன்னு.
Participants, just few more minutes to start. Please be in line.
யாருமே பேசலையா? அதுதான் கேட்டேன். ரெண்டு ஆனோன்னு சரி சரி.
ரீஃபண்ட் பண்ணுறோம் சார். அப்பாயின்மெண்ட் சர்டிஃபிகேட் ரீஃபண்ட் பண்ண சொல்லிட்டாங்க சார். உங்கள் சைன் பண்ணிடுங்க.
Suganya madam.
Yes ma'am, shall we start?
Yes ma'am, you can start.
One quality of a teacher and a high achiever in every area seems to be commitment to ongoing personal and professional development. Every teacher needs to improve not because they are not good enough, but because they can even be better. A warm good afternoon to all. I am Suganya, connected with you for MC. This is the national level faculty development program on the title Role of Teacher in Building an Emotionally Intelligent Generation, delightfully organized by Queen's College of Arts and Science for Women, Punalkulam, Pudukkottai. Welcome to those who believe in the power of dreams and who would like to join in my exploration of life. To convey a warm welcome, I invite our beloved principal, Dr. G. Uma Mageshwari, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon to one and all. Success is not the key to happiness. The happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. I am very happy to stand before you to welcome you all for today's faculty development program given by Dr. Balamurugan sir, entitled Role of Teachers in Building an Emotionally Intelligent Generation. On behalf of Queen's College, I am very happy to welcome our resource person, Dr. Balamurugan sir, Associate Professor, Research Department of Economics, Periyar EVR College, Trichy. He is working towards connecting young minds to strive leads to success and achievement. He also acts as a speaker and trainer in life skills management. We are very grateful to him for accepting our invitation and becoming a resource person for today's event. I am very grateful to welcome our Honorable Secretary sir, who is supporting and encouraging us in all ways. On behalf of Queen's faculty, I welcome you, sir. I extend my warm welcome to the faculties from various colleges, those who have spent their valuable time for attending this today's event. With great pleasure, I welcome our college staff members who are all backbone for our college. I hope that today's program definitely help us to enhance our thoughts, which helps to overcome the pandemic stress. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you who sincerely committed this event to make it success. We would be delighted to have your suggestions and questions at the end of the event. Once again, on behalf of Queen's College, I welcome you all for this Today Faculty Development Program. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm welcome. Felicitation is inspiration to others and motivation to whom you are felicitating. To motivate us, I invite our Honorable Secretary, Dr. R. Rajendran, to deliver the felicitation address. Sir?
Good evening to one and all. On behalf of the management, I welcome Dr. Balamurugan, who is closely associated with myself and the Queen's College of Arts and Science. So acquiring knowledge should be the goal of every teacher. So talent, efficiency alone decides the performance of the teachers. So the faculty development program has been arranged to motivate the teachers to acquire more knowledge. So normally, nowadays, human capital is playing an important role in the development of a country. So for improving the human capital, education plays an important and significant role. So to insist the importance and the significance of education and how to acquire more knowledge and how to improve the skill, everything can be explained effectively by our Dr. Balamurugan. So he is doing a wonderful job and he is a best trainer and he is giving lectures on the faculty development, at the same time motivating the students to acquire knowledge. So the taste to be created. So only who is having thirst, then only they will drink. Otherwise they will never find time to acquire water. So naturally, Dr. Balamurugan, you know that he is doing a lot of things, the development of the faculty and for creating knowledge for the students. So this program is exclusively arranged for the faculty. So these lectures should be utilized by the participants and they should be motivated to acquire knowledge. So education is very important and normally in education, the students should be motivated in a proper way. So the faculty development program will pave the way how to motivate the students and how to create the importance of or to realize the importance of education among students. So on behalf of the management, principal, staff and students and myself, I welcome Dr. Balamurugan, who is doing a wonderful job by participating like these programs. So I wish the program success and the participants are requested to utilize the suggestions and the important points to be given by our Dr. Balamurugan. Thank you one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I have the pleasure of listening to the opening remarks of the Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. B. Balamurugan, Research Department of Economics, Periyar Idya Government College, Autonomous, Trichy. He has more than 25 years of academic and administrative experience. He holds triple degree in economics, public administration, business administration with doctorate in industrial economics. He has served as Director of MBA in various leading MBA institutions for more than a decade, currently serving in Government College. He has been a life member in Madras Management Association, Indian Society for Technical Education, Indian Red Cross Society, Society for Educational Technology, Research and Development, and Fellowship of UWA. He has published 9 international journals and 11 national journals. He has presented research papers at many conferences held in various places, including Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, Maharaja Shivaji University, Gujarat, Indian Institute of Management, Kozhikode, University of Kelaniya, Colombo, Chulalongkorn University, Bangkok, and Kluge Institute of Research, Orlando. Totally 36 national and 12 international level seminars and conferences. He has contributed in entrepreneurial awareness, organized several EDP programs as students and self-help groups in association with MSME, DIC, IT, COT, EDI. He has trained 1,450 people in various organizations like BHEL, FBI Learning Center, Indian Medical Association, ITCOT, Entrepreneurship Development Institute, UGC, HRDC of Bharatdasan University. And also, he has been a regular trainer for IAS and IPS coaching centers. Moreover, he has worked as a resource person for Quality Improvement Program of Tamil Nadu State Council of Higher Education. He has also been a motivational trainer for members of Lion Club, Rotary Club in various cities. He acted as an external evaluator and accredited as foreign expert evaluator for PhD theses and also external evaluator for MPhil in various universities and colleges. He has been a resource person in more than 477 programs in various colleges and universities. He is awarded and recognized for Certified Soft Skills Trainer, TNSCHE, Government of Tamil Nadu, Six Sigma Green Belt Certified for Joran, USA, awarded Travel Scholarship by APRI Singapore and UWA Lifetime Achievement Award. He has also delivered a speech in All India Radio on the title Pudu Padayil Porladharam, Management Education in 21st Century, and also integrated with public and students on career guidance. He has visited following countries like Thailand, Belgium, Sri Lanka, South Africa, Canada, Singapore, and United States of America. He has received Best Paper Award for his presentation on students' motivation, challenges, and possibilities in Florida. His motto is, instead of blaming the dark, let us light the lamp. So, while I'm reading your profile, I could able to view your hard work. Even my colleagues' experience is the same. I consider it's a great honor for me to welcome you, sir, as a chief guest, Professor Dr. B. Balamurugan, to deliver the speech on the role of teachers in building an emotionally intelligent generation. Sir?
Thank you, one and all. It is indeed a great pleasure for me to take a session on the FDP organized by Queen's Arts and Science College for Women, Punalkulam near Tanjavur. Most respected the chairman of Queen's College of Arts and Science, most respected and my mentor, Professor Dr. R.R. He is very close friend of my brother, and he is in fact my mentor when I was doing my undergraduation in Trichy. But where we are staying in Tanjavur, sir, I met sir several times for my higher education, and he has given me several ideas. In fact, he is the one who suggested me to go for a teaching as a profession. In fact, until then, I don't have any idea about joining into college as faculty members. And he said, you have a sound voice, a very good personality, and you can able to do able to take class effectively. You can also consider teaching as your professor. Probably that makes me to landed into the very big. So there are some of the great giants like RR is the role model for me to join in this education industry, ladies and gentlemen. So, with the due respect to Professor, my mentor, Professor RR Sir, with his blessings, I'm just starting my presentation. Beloved principal and all the faculty members who have taken very excellent work for the past 1 week. 1 week, in fact, they have shown around 300 plus registration, and both Google as well as YouTube also they are doing it live. So congratulations for the effort taken by the principal madam along with all the faculty members. Okay, coming to the point, my dear friends, the role of teachers in building an emotionally intelligent generation. This is something, in fact, I gave 3 to 4 topics. This topic I sent very late. In fact, the moment I texted this topic to the principal, the next second, principal has accepted and say, we can go with this topic, sir. So in such a way, I think this topic is very much suited to the present scenario. I have a very formal presentation. I'm just sharing my presentation. Madam, please check whether my audio and video are clear.
Yes, sir, it's clear, sir.
No, I'm just going to show my PPT. Is my PPT is visible? Is my PPT is
yes,
visible?
sir, your PPT is visible, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you. The Queen's College of Arts and Science for Women, Punalkulam near Tanjavur, Pudukkottai district. Respected Secretary, my mentor, Professor Dr. R.R. Sir, the Principal of the college, Dr. G. Uma Maheshwari ma'am, and all other faculty members. In a very short span of time, this Queen's College of Arts and Science for Women has bloomed into one of the best college in Tanjavur and Pudukkottai district. I congratulate all the effort taken by the management, the secretary, the principal, and of course a very special appreciation to all the faculty members who is working tirelessly. This is the very short note. My dear friends, as per the health ministry data, India reported 38,000 plus new corona cases in the last 24 hours, and the death toll rises by 464, and the number of people who have vaccination is 51 crores. It means out of 130 crores of people, 51 crores of people have injected, and in fact again in that 51 crores, only 13 crores are having a double dose, had double dose. So we have to go a long way. On behalf of the Queen's Arts and Science College, I am staying alone. I am staying very safe at my home. That's why I'm not wearing a mask in front of the camera now. I request all of you to wear a mask whenever you are going out. Please take vaccine, stay home, wear in fact a double mask, and I request all of you to follow government guidelines in not spreading the COVID-19, ladies and gentlemen. Role of teachers in building an emotionally intelligent generation. Role of teachers in building an emotionally intelligent generation. So that is the topic for today's discussion, ladies and gentlemen. So I have 3 segments in my presentation. Let me see the chapter wise. And before that, I have IQ test, madam, who is coordinating with me, Subhatra ma'am, or who is that? One ma'am.
Suganya sir, Suganya sir.
Okay, Suganya. Suganya ma'am, please coordinate with me. I have a
Sure,
IQ test, and including you, all the participants can participate, and ask them to keep a paper and pen with you. Remember, you are assessing yourself. This will be a quiz-like question. Will be the comes and 4 choice will be there, and you have to choose the right answer. And those who are giving, those who are securing highest mark in the quiz, I request you to give a certificate of appreciation. Ma'am, please convey this message to your principal and of course my mentor and the secretary of Queen's College, Professor R.R. sir. Okay, so let us go to the presentation. I told you I have 3 major classification on my presentation. Overview of these emotional intelligence accreditation and teacher development, ladies and gentlemen. We have 2 minds. That is something very, very important in terms of talking about, my dear friends, emotional intelligence. This is, it is something, it is always there in our inner mind. In a real sense, we have to work in our mind. We have 2 work in our mind. One that is thinking and another one is feeling. One that thinks and another one that is feels. Another one is that feels, right? So thinking and feeling. Everyone uses thinking for some decisions and feeling for other decisions. In fact, a person can make a decision using his or her preference, then test the decision by using the other preference to see what might not have been taken into account. See, the way we make a decision, thinking comes from the, just follow my cursor, thinking comes from the mind, that is from the brain section, and feelings comes from the heart. Feelings comes from the heart. Remember, thinking makes decisions objectively using logical reason, whereas feeling makes decisions subjectively. Objective, subjective. That is the major difference between the thinking and feeling. Using the feeling. This is the way that we used to take thinking and feeling, right? So, my dear friends, next we move on to the next slide. We'll have a very short or introductory note about emotional intelligence. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence refers to ability to perceive, to control, and to evaluate the emotions. Evaluate the emotions. Some researchers suggest that emotional intelligence can be learned and strengthened, while others claim it is an inborn characteristic. According to me, as a trainer of life skills management for the past 10 to 15 years, to my point, emotional intelligence can be learned and strengthened. It is not an inborn character. It is not an inborn quality. Of course, few people may have this emotional intelligence as inborn qualities and characteristics, but others who don't have such qualities can able to inculcate, can able to learn, can able to study, can able to strengthen the emotional intelligence, my dear friends. The ability to express and control emotions is very essential, but so is the ability to understand, interpret, and respond to the emotions of others. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a world in which you could not understand when a friend was feeling sad, or when a co-worker was very angry. Remember, my dear friends, psychologists refer to this ability as emotional intelligence, because you can able to understand the feeling of others. So accordingly, your behavior, your attitude, your mindset will be changed. And some experts even suggest that it can be more important than IQ in your overall success in your life. So that is how we can give it a very small introductory note about emotional intelligence. My dear friends, let us have a quick look of the background of emotional intelligence concept. Emotional intelligence is the capability of individuals to recognize their own emotions and those of others. Remember, and those of others, discern between different feelings and label them appropriately. Use emotional information to guide thinking and behavior, and of course, and adjust emotions according to the environments, according to the situations. Coming to the next point in detail about the background of the concept, my dear friends, emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, is the ability to use, is the ability to manage our own emotions. Remember, our own emotions in a positive ways to relieve stress, to communicate effectively, properly, intelligently, and to empathize. Remember, to empathize others. And of course, most importantly, to overcome the challenges and conflicts that we are facing in the society. So in such a way, this emotional intelligence plays very, very important role in deciding the success of an individual person. So next we have a history of the concept. My dear friends, emotional intelligence was first introduced by Abraham Maslow. Abraham Maslow in 1950s. Remember, the term emotional intelligence first to have appeared in the year 1964 in an article written by Professor Michael, my dear friends. He introduced, Professor Michael introduced the idea of multiple intelligences which influence both interpersonal intelligence, that means the capacity to understand the intentions, motivations, and desires of other people. Remember, the capacity to understand the intentions, motivations, and desires of other people, and intrapersonal intelligence, that is the capability to understand oneself, ourselves. We have to understand ourselves first, and to appreciate one's feelings, fears, and motivations. So that is how the history of the emotional intelligence discussed in details, my dear friends. Next, we move on to most important aspect is emotional intelligence is a skill or behavior. If you ask me whether it is a skill or behavior, I can say it is both a skill as well as a behavior. Because when you have behavior, it will become a skill. When you do it at a skill, automatically you have it as a behavior. There are several studies that attempts to study the relationship between emotional intelligence and our performance, the individual performance of the human being. Although emotional intelligence does play a positive role when it comes to leadership effectiveness, what actually makes a leader effective is what he or she does with his role rather than his interpersonal skills and abilities. So that is how this emotional intelligence is being defined with both as a skill as well as under behavior. My dear friends, I have a grammatical presentation of the emotional intelligence in a different form, ladies and gentlemen. Emotions, we have intrapersonal and interpersonal. Intrapersonal talks about within ourselves. Interpersonal talks about from within other people, no, by ourselves with the other people. So when you take emotions, it is a self-awareness in intrapersonal, but when you go for others, it is called social awareness. At the same time, when you talk about the behavior of the individual, it is a self-management. How to behave, how to sit, how to shake hands, how to speak, how to stand, how to sit, everything comes there, behavior. It is a self-management. Whereas when you talk about to the interpersonal with others, then it is called as a relationship management. Remember, relationship management. Then when we term as a work, it's a work culture. Remember, it is a self-performance. We deciding, we finding out how we are performing effectively. But when it comes to interpersonal, it is a pupil's performance. In such a way, it has been designed. So with that short introductory overview of emotional intelligence, I move on to next topic. Before moving to next topic in the presentation, as I told you, I have a quiz program. I have a 2 quiz program. So the next one is first one is coming. This quiz program is very much related to higher education. Madam Suganya, are you ready to coordinate?
Yes, sir.
Oh, very good. Your voice is so bright, so sound and effective. It shows you yourself being very active. So congratulations. Let's move on to the next questions. I advise all the participants, those who know the answer, please unmute your mic and response. And Suganya ma'am is making note of your answer. Probably they can make a note who is performing well at the end of the presentation. Shall we move on to the quiz? Quiz number 1. Remember, I told you this quiz is very much related to higher education. Prime Minister Research Fellowship is for students pursuing in PhD in A. State and central universities, B. Central University, Indian Institute of Science, IIT, IIM, etc. C. State University, Central University, all Indian Institute of Science, all IIT, all IIM, etc. Which is the correct answer?
C.
C.
So many of them said C. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Answer C.
Answer C. Okay, let's see. Let's see the answer in the next slide. Before that, please make a note in your paper. Please make a note. Question number 1, C is the answer. That is what you said there. Let's see the correct answer at the end of all the 4 questions. For each correct answer, you can put 5 marks. Right. If it is wrong answer, 10 mark minus. Remember, 10 mark minus for wrong answer. Please mute your mic. Once I ask the question, then you can come for then you can do it unmute. Okay. So for each correct answer, 5 mark correct, and for each wrong answer, 10 mark minus. Let's see who's securing first mark. Second question: which of the following are the goals of higher education in India? A. Access. B. Equity. C. Quality and excellence.
D all.
D. All.
All.
Okay. D. All. Okay. Let's see. Keep write
All.
Okay. Write the answer in your paper. I will see. We will check the answer next page. Question number 3. The purpose of value education is best served by focusing on A. Cultural practices, B. Concern of human value, C. Moral practices.
C.
A. Cultural practice.
Practice.
Answer is
Somebody
B.
said somebody said the A, somebody said
B.
the C. Oh, somebody told
Moral practices.
moral
Cultural
practices.
practice.
Cultural practice. Very good. Any other answers? Any other answer? Please write
C.
your answer. C. Somebody said C. Okay.
Answer is B, sir.
Answer
B,
B.
sir.
Okay.
B.
Somebody said concern of human value. Okay.
B.
Okay. Somebody. Okay. We will see the correct answer next slide. Last question. Last question. Each correct answer you will have 5 marks plus. Each wrong answer you have 10 mark minus. Remember. Suganya. Karambagudi. Okay, okay. Suganya ma'am is there and he is making note of all the correct and the wrong answer. And he is very strict HOD, in fact, sorry, coordinator of this program. And you cannot, okay, we cannot expect lenience from Suganya. She is very strict. Let's see. Okay, move on to question number 4. Which one of the following is not Central University? Which one of the following is not, remember, is not Central University? Pondicherry University, Vishwa Bharati University, HNB Gariwal University, Kurukshetra University.
Answer D.
Somebody said answer B.
Kurukshetra University.
Answer B, sir.
Answer
B. B.
Answer B. Vishwa
B,
Bharati. Vishwa Bharati is not Central University.
Kurukshetra University.
Huh?
Kurukshetra University.
Kurukshetra. Okay, sir, your good name? Your good name? Okay. Okay. Let's see the correct answer. Let's see the correct answer. My dear friends, you are teachers and you are evaluating yourself for each right answer plus 5. Each wrong answer. Suganya ma'am, please tell them. For each wrong answer. What happened? Minus 10. Minus 10. Okay.
B.
Oh, somebody said B. Okay. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. I am going to show the answer. Please mute your mic. All of you, please mute your mic. Yeah. Please mute your mic. Let's go to the answer. Prime Minister Research Fellowship is for students pursuing PhD in. Answer C. State, central, and all Indian Institute of Science, all IITs, all IIMs. If you give correct answer, put plus 5. Put plus 5. Okay. Done. Question number 2. Which of the following of the goals of higher education? Access, equity, quality and excellence, all. Yes. All A, B, C. All are goals of higher education in India. That is D. So you can give 5 marks, and if you are wrong, minus 10. If you are wrong, minus 10. Okay. Question number 3. The purpose of value education is best served by focusing on cultural practices, concern of human value, moral practices. The answer is B. Concern of human value. And the last one is, I have asked you which is not a Central University. Remember, only one gentleman told D. Kurukshetra University is not Central University.
I am also told.
Oh, very good, very good. Thank you. Good. I didn't see all of your names because in my laptop I have made my presentation in full screen. So that is why I can't see your name. Suganya ma'am is there. Ma'am, who secured highest mark? Who secured highest mark in the first quiz?
I think Sharon has given all 4 answers are correct, sir.
What is the name?
Sharon Rubini.
Sir, I am Sharon Rubini,
All 4.
Assistant Professor, American College, Madurai.
Oh, congratulations, madam. Thank you so much. Yes. So you are eligible for a appreciation certificate, and we are having one more quiz in the same presentation. And probably next, who is the next mark secured? You know, probably 10 or 15 or something like that. Anybody is there?
Sir, Vidyasagar, sir. Vidyasagar, 3 correct, sir. And me too, sir, 3 correct.
Oh my goodness, you are also. Oh, good. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. So enjoy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
First place secured by only one, and second place shared by so many people. No problem. I request all of you to mute your mic. Madam Suganya, please mute all the mic, all the participants' mic, except me. Okay.
Kindly mute yourself. Participants, kindly mute yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. So, models of emotional intelligence. This is something very, very important in terms of theory. I would like to touch this theory before going into detail about the role of teachers in building the emotional intelligence generation, my dear friends, because emotional intelligence theory as a teacher you must know. There are 3 models are there, 3 major theories are there. Goldman's emotional intelligence performance model, Moron's emotional intelligence competence model, Mayer, Salovey, and Caruso's emotional intelligence ability model. So due to time constraints, we will go a little fast. We will go very fast in discussing these models, my dear friends, right? Emotional intelligence, or what is commonly referred to as emotional quotient, EQ, either AEI or EQ, has been claimed to be the key to success in life, my dear friends. Despite the fact that theories of emotional intelligence only really came up about in 1990, much has been written about this topic since then. It has been argued by some people that emotional quotient, other way we call it as emotional intelligence, is even more important than somewhat we call it as an intelligent quotient, or other way we call it as an IQ. So EQ is always better and important than IQ. So because EQ plays a very important role in taking a decision rather than the performance of IQ. So that is how this point is talks about, my dear friends. And we will move on to the first model developed by Professor Goldman's emotional intelligence performance model. Is the book, when you have time, this book is very much available in some of the very popular library in Tamil Nadu. Anna Center for Libraries, Anna Podu Nulagam, that was there where you can have it, this library, and a Kanimara library is also there, and you can have a visit on this. This book is also available in Madras University and even here in Bharatidasan University, and of course at the Trichy IIM, if you happen to visit Indian Institute of Management Trichy, where you can have this book. This original copy, the emotional intelligence, is very much available, my dear friends. Okay. Is still available. He is alive, Goldman. He is born on 7th March 1946. Is running 75 years age. Almost he is sharing our independence age. Sometimes within another 3 to 4 months, my dear friends. He was the birthplace was Stockholm, California, United States. He did his studies in Amherst College and Harvard University. And remember, my dear friends, he did his research in India. Goldman studied in India, pre-doctoral fellowship from Harvard, postdoctoral grant from the Social Science Research Council, and then he gone as a visiting professor to Harvard. Now he is a professor emeritus in Harvard, my dear friends. Daniel Goleman. He is the gentleman who developed this concept of the Goldman's emotional intelligence. Internationally best-selling book, The Emotional Intelligence, which was published in 1995 by Bentham Books Publishers. More than 1.5 years on the New York Times best-sellers list. That is the record for any book that has been selling in these days. My dear friends, the recent bestseller is Focus. He has written another book called Focus, the Hidden Driver of Excellence, published by Harper in 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Goleman. So let's move on to his model. What he says in his model. Goldman's emotional intelligence performance model. Goldman defines emotional intelligence as the ability to identify, to access, and to control one's own emotions. One's own emotions. Remember, if you can able to control, identify, and access and control your emotions, you are the king. You are the king of yourself. Nobody can dictate terms on you in such a way that Goldman's have made it very clear. The emotions of others and that of groups. Remember, first you have to identify, access, control our emotions, your emotions, right? That is number one. Then the emotions of others. By seeing others, you can able to find out what kind of mood is this person is, what kind of quality or what kind of character that person is, so that we can able to develop by way of our experience, right? The interpersonal relationship that is always there. And coming to the third one, the groups. Here I mean for teachers, the group is students. For teachers, as a teaching fraternity, for all of us, the group is student. So the moment we enter into the class, we can able to access the student's mind, and then only the able to control the emotional intelligence. Right? Goldman developed a performance-based model on EQ. Remember, my dear friends, to access employee levels of emotional intelligence and to identify areas of improvement. Where to improve, how to improve, what are the stages and steps to improve. So these are all has been very much explained in the Goldman's performance model. And remember, this is Goldman's emotional intelligence performance model, my dear friends. So it has discussed in several ways. Emotional intelligence is everywhere we look, and without it, remember, we would be devoid of a key part of the human experience, right? So that is how the Goldman's point has been made it very clear. Recognition, self, social, relationship management, self-management, right? I think I have remember. Sorry, this is how. Before that, we will explain this one first, right? Goldman's emotional intelligence performance model, self, that is called self-awareness, right? Self-confidence, emotional self-awareness, accurate self-assessment is periodically we have to make ourselves. Then only we can able to identify our emotional intelligence effectively. That moves to two direction. One is social awareness, coming to the self-management, that is within ourselves. When it comes to within ourselves, self-management, self-control, adaptability, achievability, drive to succeed, initiative, effectiveness, all these things will come where in self-management. When you go to intrapersonal, that is called the social, that is where we have organizational awareness, social orientation, and from there we are moving on to the relationship management. You can watch all the corporate companies having a post called relationship manager. What do you mean by that? When you talk about the relationship management, you have to inspire leadership. You have to developing the relationship with others. You have to influence your points with others. You have to building a bonds with others. And remember, most importantly, you have to work as a team and you have to as a collaborate effective so that the entire performance will be effective. That is what the Goldman's made it very clear, my dear friends. I made it in a very decent presentation of the same point, my dear friends. What I know, self-awareness, that moves to social awareness, and from social awareness, yes, is coming down to relationship management, and here some self-awareness is coming to self-management. Remember, all the three, self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, all the three moving to relationship management. If you wanted to maintain a very cordial, a very decent, a very gentle relationship in the society, remember, you should know yourself first. That is called self-awareness. You should have self-management first. That is called your managing. And you should know the social awareness, awareness of others, that leads to a very strong relationship. Right. So that is what the talks about, the theory of Goldman, my dear friends. Now we move on to second model, Baron's emotional intelligence competency model. This is gentleman, Professor Rivon Baron. The pronunciation is Rivon Baron. He made this, he has developed this model. He was born on 15th May 1944. Of course, the contemporary with the Baron model. So contemporary with the other gentlemen. San Diego, California, where the United States of America. He is a clinical psychologist. And remember, my dear friends, he is known for his concepts developed on the emotional intelligence. Let's see what is the competency, what is the points that Baron's emotional intelligence competency models. Baron's conceptual models talks about an array of interrelated, remember, an array of interrelated emotional and social competencies determine how effective individuals are at understanding and expressing themselves. So normally the effective people, very strong leaders, those who are having high emotional intelligence, are always having a very decent relationship with others. So the way they express everything was quite comfortable. Understanding others and interacting with them, as well as coping with the daily demands, challenges, issues, and everything will be more effective. My dear friends, this is the concept, emotional intelligence quotient inventory developed by Baron. Right. It has a 5 bifurcation, 5 types. Again, each 5 is having, each point having 3 types. Number 1 is self-perception, where we have a self-regard, self-actualization, emotional awareness. Number 2 is self-expressions, where we have emotional expressions, assertiveness, independence, everything will be there. Number 3, we have interpersonal relationship, empathy, social responsibility. All 3 comes under interpersonal. Number 4 is the decision making, for which we have a problem solving, reality testing, impulse control. And of course, the last one is stress management. Remember, my dear friends, in stress management, we have flexibility, stress tolerance, optimism. So this is how the Baron's emotional intelligence competency model is based. Remember, this model is based on 5 different topics, 5 different elements, namely self-perception, self-expression, interpersonal, decision-making, stress management. Again, each element is having three bifurcations there, where he made it very clear that emotional intelligence competency is based on in a very systematic way. Coming to the third model, my dear friends, most important third model, these 3 professors developed Mayer, Salovey, and Caruso's emotional intelligence ability model. These are the 3 gentlemen, my dear friends. Mayer, Salovey, and Caruso's emotional intelligence model talks about the 4 fundamental emotions related abilities. They developed 4 on par with Baron's emotional intelligence. Number 1, perceptions, expressions of emotion. Number 2, use of emotion to facilitate thinking. Number 3, understanding of emotions. And the number 4, management of emotion in oneself and others. So these are the 4 important points that the Bayer, Salovey, and Caruso's emotional intelligence model talks about. This is how they developed, my dear friends. I made it in a grammatical way, in a graphical way. Perceive and identify emotions, that leads to 2 directions. Understand emotions, use of emotion to facilitate our thought. Right. From there, both are moving to the fourth direction, calling the managing the emotions. We have different emotions on different occasions based on different happenings in the society. So all these things is combined based on the perceive and identity of the emotions. So this is again, it has been developed by the same model, my dear friends. Now we move on to second quiz. Now the time is 3:30. I have to complete by 4 o'clock. I request all of you to cooperate with me. And of course, we have a very strict professor, Dr. Suganya is there. And so let's see, we move on to quiz 2. Are you ready, Suganya ma'am? Is there? Shall we
Yes,
move?
sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you. To sharpen your brain, few questions are there. Quiz 2. This is very much related to IQ. This quiz is very much related to IQ and emotional intelligence, EQ. Question number 1. Johnny's mother had 3 children. First child was named April. Second child was named May. What was the third child name? Please unmute yourself and you can answer.
June.
June, sir.
June.
June. Somebody said June. Okay.
April, May, June.
Okay.
Johnny, sir.
Johnny, sir.
Congratulations.
Because Johnny's mother.
Johnny, that is Johnny. In the first line itself is there Johnny's mother. So I told you this is I am testing your IQ. It is IQ test. It is IQ quiz. Please think twice before answering. It is a Johnny. I already told. The correct answer is Johnny. Congratulations. Somebody told. Okay. Before question number 2. Before Mount Everest was discovered, what was the highest mountain in the world? Anybody? I am testing your IQ, my dear friends, my dear faculty members. I am testing your IQ.
Mountain Everest only.
Mountain Everest only, sir.
Oh, absolutely correct. அறிவு கொழுந்தா இருப்பீங்க.
1848
Congratulations, correct. The correct answer is Mount Everest because it was not discovered. That's all. Even before discovered, it was the highest, right? Correct answer. 5 plus 5, 10 marks secured. Coming to the third one. What word in English language is always spelled incorrectly?
For English.
Incorrect.
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 English. Incorrect.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
Incorrect, sir.
Correct. Incorrect. The word itself
Incorrect.
is always, yes, is always spelled incorrectly. Correct. Congratulations. Oh, what an excellent IQ. You are all having more than 100 IQ. Congratulations. In fact, at the end of the presentation, I wanted to see your face. Right. Now I move on to question number 4. What flies without wings?
Flies. What flies?
No. What flies? No. What flies? This is little more tricky question. What flies without wings?
Thoughts.
Aeroplane.
Aeroplane is having wings. Aeroplane is having wings.
I
What
think it's
flies without
kite,
wings?
sir.
Time, sir.
Oh, absolutely correct. Congratulations. The correct answer is time.
Time.
Congratulations.
Time,
Yes.
sir.
Time. Congratulations. You are absolutely correct. We move on to next topic. Please mute your mic. Thank you. Please mute your mic. Sugandhya ma'am, Enachi, what happened to you? You are not participating? Where you were all?
No, sir. I'm in.
Okay, you are also in. Okay, no problem. மற்றவங்க சொன்ன பதில்ல மயங்கி புத்தன் கீழே விழுந்துட்டீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். Anyhow, okay.
Not the job.
Congratulations. So thank you. We move on to next topic, effects of emotional intelligence, high, low. This is very, very important, my dear friends. We should have a high emotional intelligence. Then only we can able to be survive in the world successfully. But remember, there are students who are having very low emotional intelligence. In such a case, we have to inculcate, we have to develop them most importantly, right? So in a positive way. So let's see the effects of emotional intelligence, high, low. What are the systems or symptoms? What are the symptoms of high emotional intelligence? The people will always be very patient. The people will always be very stable. They won't confuse themselves. They always be very stable. The people will always be very predictable. Remember, the people will always be very consistent. And remember, those people are always be a very good listener. These are the symptoms of high emotional intelligence. Those people are very much successful in life. Coming to the point, low intelligence, low emotional intelligence, the symptoms are resistant. They won't be patient. They always be the Punalkulam in Solomla, Punalkulam Angangan Suthi Rigamari. They always be resistant. They always be passive. Remember, they won't be stable. They won't be, because their mind is not stable. Due to that, they always be passive, right? They are unresponsive. They are unresponsive. They won't answer to any questions. They are adamant. They are unresponsive. Remember, they are very slow learners. And most importantly, they are very stubborn. So they are very stubborn. They won't come forward to change themselves. They won't come forward to rectify their mistakes. Those people are called those symptoms are the low emotional intelligence. So we have to be very much careful. High emotional intelligence, they admit their mistake. Yes, I did mistake. They admit and they're ready to come forward to rectify. They are very open-minded. Second point, they are very open-minded. Then only you can be able to learn. They are very good listener. You need to listen first. So unless otherwise you listen, you cannot understand what is happening in the society, right? So they are very good listeners. So we are talking about high emotional intelligence, which is correlated with the first 3 points. Then point number 4, they don't sugarcoat the truth. They admit, remember, they don't sugarcoat the truth. And point number 5, they follow better psychological well-being, a decent, a gentle, a very cordial, understanding relationship. And remember, my dear friends, they apologize when they are wrong. They apologize when they are wrong. This is how they make it. These are the symptoms. These are the qualities of high emotional intelligence people. Coming to the next one, low emotional intelligence. Low emotional intelligence was very much correlated with they always have to be right. Yes. No. What I said is right. So that kind of people always there. They behave insensitively. Remember, they behave insensitively. They blame others for their problems. Right. Whatever the mistake happens when they are doing a work, they said it is because of that people, it's because of that work. So they are blaming the others. No, that is also on some occasions is there. Like coming point number 4, they have very poor coping skills. They want to cope up with others. They want to be a good listener. They want to cope up with others. And they have like emotional outbursts. They have a very strong angry. They have a very strong feeling of joy. Everything will be high to them, emotional outbursts. And finally, they struggle with relationship. They don't have a very cordial, decent, gentle understanding with the others. The relationship will not be good for them. So these are all the points on there. Coming to the important topic, my dear friends, importance of emotional intelligence for teachers. Teachers have a great potential to affect the students' educational outcomes. There is no doubt on that, right? Teachers have a great potential to affect the students' educational outcomes. That is always there. Teachers are the role models for students on how to regulate emotions appropriately in the classroom, because we know as a students, they develop themselves by seeing the teachers from pre-KG, LKG, UKG, first standard to fifth standard, sixth standard to 10th, higher education, plus 2, plus 1, plus 2, then college. Everywhere they are watching teachers. Everywhere they are watching teachers. So they are getting impact from the teachers only, rather than from the society, rather than from the parents. In fact, of course, parents is also there on the one part, but they are getting more impact on the teachers. That is what the point number 2 talks about. Teachers are the role models for students. Remember, knowingly or unknowingly, that has happened. Coming to point number 3, my dear friends, the impact of emotions between the teacher and students might play a very, very strong role in the development of teaching style. Today's teachers should be able to demonstrate good intellectual, good moral, good emotional, and social development, and be able to promote the same among the students, my dear friends. In addition to this, teacher have able to know how to work with the entire educational community. Teachers also appears as a dynamic educational agent who, together with his or her colleagues and students, families, performs not only task of preparing and executing the teaching function, remember, my dear friends, but also mediation, innovation, management, research, assessment, and guidance. So teacher is placed as a central axis. Teacher is placed as a central axis of educational community. So that is how teacher is very, very important. That is why this topic is very important for teachers. Teachers' role in building an emotionally intelligent generation. Teachers' role in building an emotionally intelligent generation, ladies and gentlemen. So that is how we are moving in. We are coming to the very important part of our presentation. In a very competitive workplace, developing your emotional quotient, developing your emotional intelligence skills is very, very vital for your professional career growth, professional success, career growth, and career success. Following are the 10 important methods of how teachers playing important role in building the emotionally intelligent generation, my dear friends. Number A, emotional intelligence in education. Emotional intelligence is only independent on the environment. Quality emotions and feelings help teachers to give the best potential in the classrooms. Remember, my dear friends, if you can able to control your emotions effectively and feelings effectively, and you can give the best, in the classroom. So creating a take break or feelings corner in the classroom. You can ask the student to write their feelings in the chalkboard, in the paper, or take a break and write something. That is also possible for the students to maintain a very decent gender relationship. Enable the young students to step away, identify, to explore their emotions, right? So that is also another important method that we can able to manage in the classroom among the students. Punching bag. You can put a punching bag. No, the boxing punching bag at the end of the day, where the students probably having more emotions can punch and come out of their feelings in the classroom itself. So during the break time they can go and punch. But there are so many things that can happen, so they can come out of all these things. And we can also give opportunity for the students to create or to write autobiographies, to write themselves what has happened last week in your life, what has happened yesterday. So something if they can write it and some give it to you probably, or they can ask them to put in the box. Their feelings has come out and they can be very strong enough, my dear friends. On the beep of upshots of emotional intelligence, coming to the first one, we talks about the role of teachers in building emotional intelligent generations. In B, we have some of the upshots of the emotional intelligence points, my dear friends. Utilizing an assertive style of communicating. Assertive style of communicating. What do you mean by that? So assertive style of communication goes a long way toward earning respect without coming across as too aggressive or too passive. The assertive style of communication is not too aggressive or too passive. So it will be in the middle. So you can be able to develop a very strong relationship among the students. Emotionally intelligent people know how to communicate their opinions and needs in a direct way while still respecting others. Remember, we have to respect our students. At the same time, we have to get things done from our students. So if you are emotionally intelligent, effectively, high emotional intelligent teachers know the tactics of getting things done. Coming to point number 2, respond instead of react. Respond instead of reacting. Responding is different from reacting. So you have to be careful. During instances of conflict, emotional outbursts and feelings of anger are common, my dear friends. The emotionally intelligent persons know how to stay calm during stressful situations. They don't make impulsive decisions that can lead to even bigger problems. They understand that in times of conflict, the goal is a resolution, and they make a conscious choice to focus on ensuring that their actions and words are aligned with that. So what we are saying must align with what we are doing. So that is very important. Respond instead of reacting. Coming to the third point, my dear friends, utilize active listening skills. Utilize active listening skills. We have to listen the students first, what they are saying. So then only we can be able to suggest them what to do, what not to do, and all. In a conversations, my dear friends, emotionally intelligent people listen for clarity instead of just waiting for their turn to speak. So this prevents misunderstandings, allows the listener to respond properly, and shows respect for the person they are speaking to. So that is very, very important. Coming to point number 4, be motivated, my dear friends. Teachers are in essential profession. We are in a very essential profession. We have to be motivated ourselves. We have to self-motivated person. Remember, emotionally intelligent people are self-motivated and their attitude motivates others. They set goals and are resilient in the face of challenges, my dear friends. Coming to point number 5, practice ways to maintain a very, very positive attitude. Practice ways maintain a very, very positive attitude. Don't underestimate the power of your attitude. A negative attitude easily infects others if a person allows in it. So we have to be careful enough in building the positive attitude in our mind. And that positive attitude will give us very strong motivation to others. Coming to next one, practice self-awareness. Emotionally intelligent people are self-aware and intuitive. They are aware of their own emotions and how they can affect those around them. They also pick up others' emotions and body language to use that information to enhance their communications. My dear friends, take a critic well. This is something very, very important. High emotional intelligent people, and we as a teachers, we should accept our mistakes. We should take the criticisms in a decent way. As an important part of increasing our emotional intelligence to be able to take a critique effectively. Then only we have to be successful, my dear friends. Empathize with others. This is something, another important point. Emotionally intelligent people know how to empathize. They understand that empathy trait that shows emotional strength, not a weakness. So that is also there, my dear friends. Utilizing the strong leadership is always there. Emotionally intelligent people have excellent leadership skills. They have a very high standards in maintaining the relationship with everyone. And finally, my dear friends, point number 10: be approachable and sociable. So this is something very, very important. Emotionally intelligent people come off as an approachable, as they smile, give off a positive presence. They can able to do this. So with that short note, my dear friends, managing your negative emotions is also there. And whenever you are getting a negative emotions, you have to remove the negative emotions with positive thinking. That will be helpful to you. When you are able to manage and reduce your negative emotions, you are less likely to get overwhelmed. When you are get overwhelmed, we automatically make mistakes. So we have to be balanced. We have to be balanced. Give yourself some space to get feedback. So the feedback may be in a different way. So we have to give a space for them to accept. My dear friends, coming to the last slide of my presentation, finally, teaching plays a very, very vital role in developing emotionally intelligence among the students. So we have to be very much careful in building the emotionally intelligent generation. Teachers should demonstrate a very good intellectual, a very good moral, a very good emotional, and very good and promote all these strengths among the students. Remember, my dear friends, success mainly depend upon the combination of intelligence and skills. If you have skills, you cannot reach the success. If you have intelligence, you cannot attain the success. Remember, success is combination of both intelligence and skills. With that presentation, I come to the end of my talk. My dear friends, the entire world facing downfalls in one or another way due to COVID-19. So let us be success. Let us be confident. We can stay optimistic and progressive with exact decisions record. Remember, emotional intelligence is a lifelong learning. I congratulate all the faculty members for your participation in the faculty development program organized by Queen's College of Arts and Science for Women, Tanjavur. Congratulations to everyone. Thanks to the organizer. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Any queries and feedback? Participants, any queries and feedback, please?
Yes, I need feedback. At least we request some of the participants probably, but you can call by name. Sarun Rubilingam. Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
தமிழ் வணக்கம். பல்துறையில் விண்ணில் வெறும் முனைவர் பாலமுருகன் ஐயா அவர்கள் பல்துறை வித்தகர், சிறந்த ஊக்குவிப்பாளர், மிகச்சிறந்த படைப்பாளி. அவரின் உரையானது தொட்டனை தூரும் மணற்கேணி மாந்தர்க்கு கற்றனை தூரும் அறிவு. இடையே அறிவு சார்ந்த வினாக்களை எழுப்பி சிந்திக்க தூண்டுவதோ அவையறிந்து ஆராய்ந்து சொல்லுக சொல்லின் தொகையறிந்து தூய்மையவர். ஐயா அவர்களை புகழ்வதற்கு வார்த்தை இல்லை. மதிநுட்பம் நூலோடு உடையார்க்கு அதிநுட்பம் யாவுல முன்னிற்பவை. சிறப்புரையாளர் ஐயா அவர்களுக்கும் வாய்ப்பளித்த அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி கூறி தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
பின்னிட்டீங்கம்மா, பின்னிட்டீங்க, போங்க. Thank you.
Thank you, Neona. Any other participants?
Good evening, sir. I am Anita Raj. We acquire a new way of approaches in the topic intelligence. I submit my applause to you, sir. When you encourage and motivate motivate us to join the program to answer in attending to ensure the reality. This program lead us to into a positive way of thinking and to make us strong in mind, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any other
Sir, I'm
participant?
Sharon. I'm Shannon from American College, Madurai. Sir, really it was amazing and it was a wonderful sessions we attended, sir. Thank you so much. On one nice occasion, I like to invite you for our students and faculty, sir. Thank you
Definitely.
so much, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sure.
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any other participant?
Somebody, Suganya ma'am, one gentleman gave correct answer for all the queries. Can I ask him to talk for a few minutes? Or
Yeah, sure, sir.
what is the
In the
name?
first,
Is he available?
yes, sir. In the first test, Prabhakaran and Sharon has won, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Saron, ma'am?
Sharon, can you give
Saron?
the feedback?
Yes, I think, yes.
Sharon, you're in mute.
Ma'am, I am on travel. I gave my feedback.
Yeah, she already gave. She already gave the feedback.
Okay. Prabhakaran is there? Mr. Prabhakaran?
No, okay, no problem. So no problem. So if there is no
In the
feedback
second
for
test, Hari J was one, sir.
Yeah.
Hari J.
Hari.
If there is any feedback, Hari?
If there is no feedback, then we can go for vote of thanks.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for your valuable speech. We will take you as a soul guide in our life, and try to work hard and achieve like you. Even I have already attended your FPP, sir, in Annai College. That was an ice-breaking session for us. And I have already given my feedback in the live itself.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now it's time for vote of thanks. I invite Professor A. Anita, Department of English, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening to one and all present here. Gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more we express gratitude for what we have, the more likely we will have ever seen more to express gratitude for. Honorable Secretary Sir, respected Principal Ma'am, our most valued invited guests and staff. I, on behalf of Queen's College of Arts and Science, to deliver vote of thanks. I would like to thank Honorable Secretary Sir, Dr. R. Rajendran, respected Principal Dr. G. Umameshwari Ma'am, for conducting this program in a successful manner. I mention our deep sense of appreciation for Dr. B. Balamurugan, Assistant Professor, Research Department of Economics, Periyar EVR Government College, Trichy. Speaker and trainer for life skill management, for his explanation on role of teachers in building an emotionally intelligent generation, and explain the models of emotional intelligence very effectively. And thank you to conduct the quiz, sir. We are all most grateful to the speaker, team member, and staff of our college. It has been great pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita ma'am. Once again, I thank you all. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Professor. Sir.
Thank you, Professor.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you. I take a leave.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.